What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today will be my first ranking video because I thought, why not try and help my viewers get some wins in Fortnite. So, today we will be ranking every single Sprite in the game, as you can see, from S to F. Obviously, S being the best, F being the worst. Let's go. Okay, so, Water Sprite. I think in terms of healing, it's an A tier because it's really good, right? But I think overall, and also because of how easy it is to get, I think A tier. But due to the fact that you can only use it while in water, I'm going to put it in B tier. Okay, Fire Sprite. If this was like an explosion rather than just putting fire on the ground, I think it'd be much better. But since it just puts fire on the ground and it can risk killing you, I think it's going to go in F tier for me. Okay, next is the Sleepy Sprite. So, with the Sleepy Sprite, I would have put it B tier until I learned that you can actually get the mythic Limitless 7 sliders and self-revives from the from the Dream Sprite. And the Limitless 7 sliders are so good that if you get them, it's a very high chance of winning. Next up is the Punk Sprite. I would say S tier if we were just going based off of the possibilities of what it can give you. But I think most of the time, it doesn't give you anything, which is why I'm going to put it C tier instead of anything higher. And I am not going to put it lower just because of the chance to get something super good. And S tier, there will only be one Sprite in S tier. Okay, so next up on the list, we have the King Sprite. So, if this was just a builds tier list, it'd go straight to S tier. But since this is a builds and zero builds tier list, I'm going to put it top of A tier because of the fact that it's really strong in builds, but it does basically nothing in zero build. But it's so strong in build that I think it deserves to be A tier. Next up is the Duck Sprite. And this is very similar to the Water Sprite. But I honestly think that having to emote and expose yourself is much worse than having to use a Water Sprite. Because like with a Water Sprite, you can sit in a box on a river and fish for extra health. But with the Duck Sprite, you're wasting your time emoting. Okay. Next, we have the Earth Sprite. And the Earth Sprite gives you extra loot. Like, has a chance to give you extra loot when opening a chest. And I think sometimes it can be really good, like the Limitless 7 sliders. But most of the time, it either doesn't give you anything, or it's just not that great. So I'm going to put it in B tier. Now, the Demon Sprite is going straight into D tier. Because I don't think that 25 health or shield at max level is good enough to, I don't think it's good enough in order for you to be able to carry it, right, when you could be carrying the Water Sprite, which, in my opinion, is better for heals. But, I mean, if you're really good at keying people, I bet it's really good for you. Next up is the Ghost Sprite. I would say C tier, honestly. Because you never really get usage out of it, but if you're like shooting at someone from afar and they just start looking for you as you're reloading, then it can be really useful to keep you invisible so they can't see you. Okay, next is the 0 point Sprite. Let's see what it does, because I don't have the 0 point Sprite unlocked. So, the 0 point Sprite automatically spawns a shield bubble junior around you whenever you use a self-healing item. So it's kind of like the medallion from chapter 6. Okay, so I think that this ability is, honestly, for 0 builds, probably like B tier, maybe low A tier. But for both builds in 0 and 0 builds, I'm going to have to put it in C tier. And the only thing that's keeping it in C tier and not in D tier is the fact that it gets how long the shield bubble stays up for changes and increases the higher level it is, which is really good, because it means more protection for a longer time. And obviously, since there can only be one Sprite in S tier, the burnt peanut Sprite is going in S tier. And obviously, I do not have it. So, let's look up what it is and what it does. So, the burnt peanut Sprite abilities. Goop. So, when you have it equipped and eliminate a player, Goop gives you an increased chance of finding extra loot, including rare or mythic weapons directly from the defeated opponent. And I think this deserves S tier, because you can't, like, mythic weapons are always going to be strong. So I believe that, that might be good enough to give it S tier. But also just the fact that it can give you better loot in general is really strong. Because it could also have the chance to give you heals. Okay. So, now that we have them all in their respective tiers, we should go through and rank them based off of which one, which should be above the others. So, I think the Dream Sprite should be above the King Sprite, because the King Sprite, again, is really only good in build mode. I think the Earth Sprite is better than the Water Sprite. I think Punk Sprite needs to go to the bottom of, middle of C tier, and this goes to the bottom, the Ghost Sprite. I think the Duck Sprite needs to go bottom of D tier. And then, obviously, the Fire Sprite stays at F tier. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you agree with this list and what you would change. And if more sprites get added, there will be more parts to this video. That's all for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.